Did you get a message pop up then? Oh, really? Sorry about this, guys. For those of you that have joined, we're just trying to work through some teething problems with the trying to get everybody who's doing the casting with me to get their voice to come through in the stream, but it doesn't seem to be working.
They've got so many twerps coming through on Twerpabob.
I've known twerps all my life, Jim. I don't see why I gotta take notice of them now.
If not, it's definitely not in the party menu options. So if you go to press the Xbox menu once, scroll up twice, so past your friends list into party. Yeah. Go up another one. Go up
There
to
we
the next.
go.
Yeah,
Include my audio.
Yes. There we go.
And they hear me now.
Can anybody hear him now? Anybody in chat want to help me out? Let me know if they can hear him.
All gone quiet.
Yeah.
It just says include my audio, so I'd be surprised if that's not it.
I think Twitch is. It says in broadcast.
Dulcet tones here.
It's not
Well, that
showing
doesn't really
anything.
help. That's dulcet tones here. That doesn't mean either.
Dulcet tones heard. I'm assuming that's two of us. Right.
Right, there you go. Someone finally, yeah. Selkaman, thanks Selkaman. Right, okay, sorry about
Excellent. Right. Sorry about the technical problems, guys. We are not the slickest duo you've ever come across. But so I just want to say again, welcome to Bernie Buffon, who is joining us for this little cast. He's going to help me go through the teams, and we're going to run through some predictions. And at the very end, we will obviously start the cup. And we'll find out who's drawn who. We'll probably just have a quick run through of the first round matchups as well, and I'll get Bernie to make a few predictions on what's going to happen. So
Yeah.
go through the teams one at a time. Shall we have a little quick couple of...
Let's go
So let's-
through them, yes.
Let's start at the beginning then, shall we, with the Chaos. So the infamous
Start with the
Calcium
biggest,
Chaos.
baddest.
And his Chaos team.
Let's have a look then.
So
Yeah.
most people
Yeah, I'm
will be
just,
aware of Kaz. He's been around, been playing this Blood Bowl game a lot longer than I have, for sure.
Yeah.
Those of you also on the PS4 will be aware of him, as he plays there quite regularly, and has qualified, I believe, on a number of occasions for the playoffs on your side. Is that correct?
Yeah, I think he's qualified about 4 or 5 times. So yeah, he's a very
obviously
good coach.
knows what he's doing. From what I've seen, obviously I've been out of action for the last week or so, but from what I've seen during the season just gone, his team has taken a little bit of a hit in recent times. There's a bit of a distinct absence of the Minotaur, which seemed to be doing a lot of damage for him during the season, so obviously that's beneficial to whoever he may come up against.
Yeah, he does. I mean, he does come up with some very good Minotaurs. So that's a big bonus for everybody else if he's lost that. I mean, obviously I know Cass from the PS4. Like I say, he plays Chaos extremely well. So whoever gets him, good luck with that. I mean, Sekiro. I mean, the notes I've got down here. I'll just go all the way back to the beginning. Let's see what I said about this team. To be fair, he's had a lot of scary teams than this. It must have took a bit of a pounding.
Yeah, I believe he also had a your standard killer beastman that has recently bit the dust just prior to the playoffs. So weakened team,
I mean, like I
from
said,
what he would had for most of the season, but you know,
team, yeah, no,
he's still got
it's
plenty
still
of claw mighty
powerful,
blow.
isn't
You know, a good sprinkling of guard in there.
Bathroom facilities have
Actually, for
Yeah, I
beastman,
mean, the thing is,
you know,
decades.
He's got weapons
I mean,
for
the
sure.
good thing-
The waste
Oh,
was,
absolutely. He's still got plenty of weapons. I mean, the thing about Cass is he knows what he's doing with Chaos, and he really should go far in this comp. He's got 4 guard, 3 claw, 5 mighty blow, 4 dirty players, 3 tackle.
Yeah.
He's got, I think, he's got strength 5 case warrior with tackle. He's going to be a nightmare, and then he's got agility 4 piece.
The last time I saw him play, he didn't have any tackle. He's obviously fixed
and,
that problem. So, he should fare slightly better against elves, which did seem to be his weak spot. The last time I caught one of his streams.
Elves are always a problem, aren't they, for Chaos? Because there's so much stuff you need for Chaos, you can't get it all. But he's rounded the team really well. The thing I'm going to be interested to see him in the Xbox is his dirty plays, because he does like a foul. But when he's been in the playoffs on the PS4 before, he hasn't really fouled as much as I'd expect. So it'd be interesting to see if he changes that, because obviously when he fouls, he's very effective. I mean, I am the scary one. There's the legal alien, because even if you knock him down, he's got jump up. So if you follow up,
Indeed, yeah. And 14 men to a deep bench, so he can afford to use those dirty players.
Yeah, he loves deep benches. He don't care about TV. He gets what he wants, and he's confident in winning every game. So
he's in chat.
There's no
he says he's going to
confidence
foul
issues.
from turn 1 to 16. So that'll be
Well, if he
interesting.
does, it's his strength, and I'm sure he will. He will admit to you that sometimes on the PS4, he hasn't fouled as much in the playoffs. And he's really good at doing it. So if he's going to do that on the Xbox, then that's going to make it tough for the rest of you. 220k in the bank, that's a lot of cash.
It's a lot of cash.
So I would guess.
Minotaur,
I'm guessing,
maybe?
No,
wizard?
I think it'd be a wizard. Yeah, scummy wizard.
We'll see.
I'd be surprised if it goes for anything else. Yeah.
We could talk about his team to death, the
Oh,
notorious
yeah.
Chaos team. So let's move on. We don't want to be here all night. So let's move on to the High Elves, shall we?
Yeah.
So this is Cell Commander, who I don't know if you're aware, qualified last season with Khemri, and made it to the second round, if I'm not mistaken. Fairly decent. I mean, that catcher is terrifying.
He's got that one Dara, hasn't he? He's the genuine one turner. So as long as it keeps him healthy, he will be. He definitely will give him a chance, because point and click in it with one turners. So, and I've noticed a lot of these teams don't have much tackles. So if you can keep him safe, he's got a chance. I thought the TV was quite high, 1790 for what it's got.
Yeah, I agree. It does seem fairly underleveled.
I think basically
for that TV, but
yeah, I mean, I think basically it's all about that Wandero. I think he's the go-to guy, and if you can keep him healthy, and give him the ball, then he could go far. If he gets taken out early, I think this team. You can never you can never count elves out, because elves can do loads of seriously LPS. But yeah, I think
I'd be concerned
if
about the health
he's-
of those throwers. No block.
yeah. I mean, the thing is, though, people say throwers aren't there to be hit. So if you can protect them, you're all right. But when I looked at this team, I mean, I speak to this guy a lot, and I love him to bits, and I want him to do well. But
Have you looked at
my
faces?
advice to him was, whatever you do, that one there, you got to keep him safe, even if it's to on defense, keep him off the pitch if you can, and then just bring him on for scoring. That's what I would do. Apart from that, there's not really much else I can
I
say.
agree. Picking up a mighty blow's always handy. Get a double on a blitzer, so that could do him some favours. High Elves did well in our playoffs last season. They got to the semis, despite it was the third best High Elf team, because first and second coaches had different races.
I tell you what's interesting about this team. What I raised an eyebrow at was his stadium inducement was a magic dome. I can only guess it's because he's scared of snow, because it makes no sense otherwise. Yeah, because elves, if it's raining, if you're going against Nerg or
you'd be
Khemri,
fine.
it works out better for you. So unless he's got a phobia with snow, I didn't actually get why he would take that. But like I said, they're elves. But it's all about Wandera, and he's well named, so good luck to him.
Indeed. Let's crack on then. Alright, so let's look at my orcs, shall we?
Ooh, orcs. I question marks over these bad boys.
Indeed, yeah, go on. I'll let you...
Yeah, what on earth? I'm like, wow, he's a really nice piece. Oh, he's missing a game. There's a nice Blackhawk missing a game. Even if it's just to get on and concede. I mean, if you get past the first round, then obviously they're going to take him stopping.
Yeah.
Key play for you, I've got down is Tackler. Might be able to tackle Pile on Frenzy. He's the guy who's got to get it done. Decent amount of guard. Obviously, it gets better when they come back. Decent amount of Mighty Blow again. More when they come back. I had you a bad matchup as Chaos. If you go up against Chaos, I fear for you.
There'll be a trouble, yeah. The reason I've got...
Breto Kemri.
For those of you who don't know, the reason I've got 2 Miss Next games is very shortly after Mutt delivered my 2 MNGs with his dwarf team. We had a baby, so Xbox got put to one side for a while. I just never got around to getting another game in, even to concede it. To be honest, I'd forgotten I had 2 Miss Next games.
More important things than Blood Bowl.
Indeed, yeah. But I'm hoping I can get a decent draw.
It's a good team. It's
scramble
it's
through the first round.
Past the first draw. I think Bretts and Kemri, I think if you get them, you'll have a very good chance. But if you're against Chaos, then start praying to Snuffle.
I finished 3rd overall, so I know I can play these guys. I can do these guys.
Oh yeah, you can play. Definitely there.
Just
No doubt about that.
Whether I can scramble
Sometimes you
through.
need a bit of luck with a draw, don't you? Yeah, that's it. Get past the first round, and at least you'll have 2 players coming back. But they're a very good team.
But they'll do alright, hopefully. But, first round seems to be my sweet spot after last season.
You and me both, buddy.
So this is Mutt, the notorious Mutt, who qualified with two races last season and 2 again this season. This season he's taken Skaven. He finished 2nd with Chaos in the last season playoffs. With a team not dissimilar to Kansas, to be honest, a standard sort of Chaos kill team, but now he's gone for a different route.
Yeah. I really like this team. I mean, when I was looking at if I always think of if I could pick any team, which team would I pick? I think this was one of them right up there. I mean, you've got your Stone Bearman with Mighty Blow, Tackle, piling on Claw, and then he's got that Gutter Runner.
That runner with the edgy.
Agility 5. Agility 5, Strength 3, Leap.
Yeah.
And Horns.
Yeah.
The only problem is his AV6, so he better not get hit.
Blitzing with Strength 4
is... AV6. Yeah, I've seen AV6 pieces live through quite a lot. Cass makes a good point. There's no sidestep in the Governors, but I think it's all about getting the ball loose. This team is going to cause nightmares, and I know as well. Looking through, watching some of these matches, I've tried to watch as many matches as I can. This guy can coach.
You don't qualify with 2 races, 2 seasons on the bounce, and come 2nd, without knowing how to play this game a little bit. So,
and he's got some better players as well, so I presume he fouls as well, so that'd be fun. So, I like this team a lot. I think this team will go extremely well. Put it one way, I wouldn't want to face this team.
I said that about last season's Rats, and they got knocked out in the first round, so shows you what I know. My predictions were not...
usually jinx teams anyway, so...
We're not on point last playoffs. But we'll see. Maybe I'll do better this time around. So this is Honey Badger and his Undead. They gave me a good pummeling during the season, so I wouldn't really want to draw these guys again, if I'm honest.
I've heard a lot about these. I really have. I've heard a lot about how nasty they are and you don't want to mess with them, sort of thing. So I think
experience
them sort of words to someone like Cass is like a rag to a red, or a red rag to a bull. I mean, if he comes up against Cass,
this lad, for sure.
If he comes against Cass, he'll probably be the best tied around, because that will be bloodbath. I mean, look at the dead players. He's got 2 dead players missing, but he's still got another 2 dead players. Yeah. I must admit, I chuckled at that. His mum is a solid. He's got Pebble Stoker Goal, who looks the main guy, but again, minus 1 on armor. And he's got an interesting goal strength 4 dodge. It's a decent team, but I think it's one of the. It's one of those where I'd probably favour the coach more than the team, if I'm being brutally honest. It's a solid team.
He's obviously got looks of it with a couple of MNGs that he could have cleared off before the playoffs.
Yeah.
So there may be something's come up in his personal life as well. So no judgment there.
That's it, isn't it? That is it. I mean, this is it, isn't it? There's other things apart from Blood Bowl, so you can't always come on and play a game or whatever. And I don't know how many concedes they've had as well. They might be close to the concede cap. I don't know. But
he's not far off actually, if I remember correctly.
Yeah,
I think he's on 5. So don't want to run the risk.
There you go then. Yeah. So he did the smart thing. But yeah, this guy reminds me of the Carlton Cass reputation on the PS4. So this must be the Cass of the Xbox. Maybe, I don't know.
He's quite as infamous as that yet, but we can give him time.
But yeah, okay. But yeah, good coach, and he could go far again. I think when you have a lot of good coaches, apart from obviously the dice and the luck, it's all about getting a good matchup. If you get a bad matchup, it could be game over. If you get a good matchup, you can go through. Indeed, like I say, it's Blood Bowl. It's random, and luck plays a part when you got a lot of good coaches together.
Yeah. So let's take a look at Hunter's Norse then. So he seems to have settled into being Xbox's resident Norse coach. Last season and got to the semis, I believe, with the Norse.
Did he? Well done.
So we'll be looking to go 1, if not 2 better this time around.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, again, another admin. Oh man,
Indeed,
that Yeti, strength 6, mighty blow, block and claw. Wow, he's impressive. And so's the runner, movement 9, agility 4, sidestep, blodge, dauntless. Obviously, them 2 players hold the key to how far he goes. I think them 2 are just top class.
Yeah,
really are. You know, you've got the claw piece. They are scary. And again, they've got 120 grand, and the team value's not too bad, 1780. This is probably one of those teams what could give the more bashy teams a go, because obviously they'll be getting inducements as well. So
the only slight thing that goes against him is again another MNG for the first round.
The Ulf winner. So that lost.
I believe he tried to get a game and just couldn't spin into anyone on the last day to try and clear that off.
The thing is, though, if he plays someone quite high in TV, let's say the case for instance, he could bring in the werewolf. So that's another claw piece. Cheney. So I like this team. I'm looking forward because I've heard a lot of good things about him and his Norse. And
he can definitely play. Definitely. Talking to people who can definitely play, Season 6 champ himself.
Yeah, Tomodus. Now this guy started off with 3 Saurus, didn't he?
Round 1 he had 3 Saurus in the playoffs last season. Yeah, which is why I've picked the Rats to beat him. To be honest, not because I didn't think Tom couldn't play, but I just thought a fullish strength Skaven team against a massively underpowered Lizardman team would go that way. But
yeah.
Tom likes to prove people wrong. He likes to show that he can play.
I mean, like I said, there's a few on the PS4 the same who can come in with average teams and go quite far into the competition. It's just this is a good coaches, obviously. But this team's it's a nightmare, isn't it? I mean, Guard, Mighty Blow, even got a claw piece, Dauntless, and his Hobgoblins. God, they're on steroids.
Stand Firm is a pain in the ass as well. It's just 3 of those. Yeah. So you can't knock them down, you can't injure them, you can't move them, can't dodge away from them because they've got tackle.
It's sort of I suppose if you're in the playoff, you're sort of hoping that Tomodus goes against Cass and they both absolutely wreck each other, and then you guys pick up the pieces. It's that sort of, they're both scary. They're both probably going to rip your teams apart. So if they both go against each other first, then hopefully they'll take each other out. Because this team's just as impressive as Cass is, and obviously with him being a champ as well. It is another team you don't want to play.
Yeah,
it's nasty.
more and more teams I look at, the more I don't fancy my chances of getting through this first round, to be honest.
They're getting worse, aren't they?
Yeah. But hey, so let's move on.
Yeah.
So we've got the Nurgle. Now I did manage to beat these 1-0 in the regular season. And again, another little MNG on
I know,
potentially one
it's a
of his
big one
better
as well.
pieces. Yeah.
It's his best piece, in my opinion. You know, it's one of those things that if you're going to play this guy, you want to play him first.
You know,
You wanna play him second
156 SPP. You know that guy does work.
He's nasty. So yeah, again, and see, maybe like I say, maybe people who were close to concede or other things came. You know, that some of these guys might be trying to qualify more than one. You know, one format on the PC or on the but he's going to be a massive miss.
Yeah. I mean,
Really
that
is.
significantly weakens his team, actually. You know, looking at it, you've only really
I mean, I don't
got
know the like I say, I
the
don't.
claw piling on guy
sorry.
to worry about,
Yeah.
really. You've
He's-
got a ball
he's
handler.
got one. But he hasn't got tackle, that ball handler, and he hasn't got tackle anywhere in the team. So any experienced elf coach will keep away from the same presence and should rack up a score. I think this team, if it gets elves, is in trouble. If it gets chaos, is in trouble. If it gets dwarfs or chaos dwarfs, then this guy's in trouble. I think this guy needs to be pray for some like Kemri or Brett's. And then get his killer back for the second round because he needs that killer. He's the guy who has to do everything. Because you know, he's the only piece with tackles. So hope for an easy draw, or well, a favourable team draw, shall we say, and then
I
go
don't think
from
there's
there.
going to be too many easy draws, to be honest.
No.
But yeah, decent side and a decent coach. So let's have a look at the humans. So this is Rambo. Probably the highest TV humans I think I've ever seen, particularly for 12 men.
I was. I mean, the chat might disagree with me here, but I was scratching my head how on earth is this team 2060. I just couldn't. You know, it's a good team, but it's. I was like, really? That's 2060?
It's big.
It's.
You know,
It's a lot of CV.
That's 4,000 more than my orcs. Seems. I don't know what you're
Seems a
getting for
lot,
that 4,000, but
I know that's what I mean. He's got a strength 4 piece, but again, armor 6. He's got a nice piling on piece. The thing I put down on this guy was the 2 throwers, because the better throw is probably the one without the stats, because he's got accurate, he's got kick return, and he looks more safer. Because strength on the thrower, unless you're going to hit with him, can sort of help you defensively, I guess. But
it's good to have,
I don't know.
Good as a ball handler, though.
It's good to have 2.
You're trying to break a cage with a strength 4 ball carrier is tricky, but I don't know. I've not actually played Rambo. I've not seen him play. He's obviously done enough to qualify, so
Yeah,
we know he can play to a certain extent. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean they all can play because there wouldn't be the players if none of them could play. 4 team rolls I think is a bit excessive. I think I'd go with 3. And if you really want to try and get a 4-3 roll, I'd probably bump the cheerleader and the coach assistant up. But yeah, like I say, it's a nice team. But I just question how the TV's that high. It's almost as bad as my Dark Elves, really. You know, in the PS4, they're ridiculously too high as well.
Quite a lot of stats. 2 strength, 2 agility, and a movement.
Yeah.
Stat ups will boost your TV pretty quickly.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I love humans, so I can't wait to see them in action. And yeah, again, it's a solid team and a pile of no-noga. That's always fun.
Yeah. Humans only made the
best
first
of luck to
round last season, so he's only got 1 round to beat.
Yeah.
Whereas this guy, Lizardmen, Glasshammer, if he wants to match last season's Lizardmen, he needs to go the whole way. So
No pressure there then.
absolutely none.
No,
Yeah.
God, this
Fairly
team,
solid Lizardmen team. Nothing
Yeah,
too
I mean,
spectacular.
I'll-
There's no
No.
obvious one-turner like Tamidius had last season with Carl. But
Yeah, I was looking at this team. It looked pretty decent, and then I saw him play against, I think it was Calcium Cass, and he absolutely wrecked him. Later on,
that's what I've heard.
last 2
That is what
games, I
Kaz is
think.
saying in chat.
Is he? All right. Well, there you go.
Talking about the last 2 games, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's a decent team, and it's one of those teams. What's decent, you know, it could quite easily go quite far, but at the same time, could he's got first round again? it just depends. I mean, it's hard for me because I don't know the coaches as well, so I don't know how good he is.
This guy's fairly new to Xbox. I think I saw somewhere on the forum that he used to play on PC maybe and came across. So
Right,
maybe
okay.
another migrant from the PC world. So again, I've not played
Yeah.
him. I know he sort of joined late last season and tried to qualify with Norse and gave a good run at it, to be honest. But I think I know was just too far ahead at the time. So he can obviously play. This just looks like the start of a good team, doesn't it? It just needs a bit more.
It does. A bit more. But then again,
Something
Cass could
special.
have destroyed half the team for all we know.
Yeah.
Cass might have lost a few players to Cass. But yeah, it's a decent team. Is it good enough to win the championship? Well, not really, but I'm usually wrong, so probably go and win it now. But I think there's more obvious chances, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, second page. We've got the Dark Elves. Now we know this guy can play.
yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about Captain Gargo. Interesting team. It reminds me of some teams in the PS4 what have done really well. It's a very solid, no frills Dark Elf team. His Witch Elves are very nice. Shame about the movement down. Quite a lot of blodge, few tackle pieces. It's solid. It's solid.
It is solid.
It's probably more dangerous because of obviously the guy who was coaching them.
The movement bust on the Witch Elf, that was me, by the way. Just claiming that one.
Oh, so it's your fault.
I also managed to get rid of his Agi 5 runner or blitzer or whatever he had. I'm not sure what it was, but I say I got rid of it. I think he actually killed himself on a double one dodge, to be fair. But
see that a lot, don't you? On failed dodges where they just end up wrecking themselves.
only on Agi 5, mate.
But yeah.
I've seen that once in each season. I've had someone with Agi 5 against me.
Ouch.
Double one, a dodge and die. It was on a kind of Beastman, I think. Might just been Agi 4, but yeah, it's the Agi up double one to death. Seems to follow me around.
Rightly. But yeah, I mean, this team's
still a
been
strong player.
It's
Still,
interesting.
He's definitely a good coach, and we know what Dark Elves are capable of. That blodge.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully, my plan is I'm hoping that the Xbox starts first and he plays his game before me, so I can watch how he plays Dark Elves properly to get some tips from mine, because I think I'm going to be struggling. But yeah, I mean, the good thing about this guy is I've heard rave reviews that this guy can play, so I cannot wait to see this guy play, and I expect him to do well.
Yeah, he'll do well. This guy I know nothing about, the Khemri guy, who finished as second place Khemri. Trying to think who was top Khemri. It might have been Mutt,
I think
who
it was
took his
that.
Skaven.
That's right, that's the guy.
So this is second place Khemri, and I believe they've only played 20-ish games. Let's have a look at their stats.
Yeah, this is the sort of team
So 24 games.
This is the sort of team, I'm sorry to say, everybody will want to draw in the playoffs. No tackle, very undeveloped. Yes, he's got 4 Tomb Guardians, but you can tie them up. No break tackle, no blodge, no strength.
Only one block on a Tomb Guardian leaves them exposed a little bit.
You know, he'll do very well to get past the first round. That's no disrespect on him.
I've not played Khemri, but they seem tricky. You know, a lot of armor 7.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, the good thing is he might get a few inducements depending on who he plays. But I fear for this guy. If it was me, I'd want this guy.
You know, again, no disrespect to the lad.
That's just because of the
sure
team.
He can play,
Yeah.
but I'd fancy myself if I draw these guys. I'd definitely
it's nothing
prefer
against the
over
coach,
some of
it's
the
the
other
team.
guys.
Oh, yeah. I mean, this or Casp, we'll take the Khemri every day of the week. So yeah, it's not against the coach. It's just the team. It's just a bit undeveloped for my liking.
Now the Wood Elves, however, I'd like to avoid if possible.
Now then, I tell you what, even Cass will want to avoid these. If there's anything what's going to take Cass out, it's these. These are scary. This team
although
is scary.
he played Kaz in the season, and I think Kaz beat him 3-1. If I
Oh, did he?
if I remember correctly, I think I caught the
talk bollocks.
I think I caught the end of that
Any
game.
advice for the budding coach then, Bob?
This
Not
team
sure
is
what
just
happened.
ridiculous.
Always wear underpants.
Absolutely, maybe tell us in chat. This team is just awesome.
Both ways.
Yeah, I mean
He's
that
got
war
110.
dancer is absurd.
That yeah. Agility 5, strength 4, tackle, frenzy could get it into trouble, but apart from that, and then the other one's got agility 5 and strip ball, so they're both leaping into a cage on a 2+. Obviously, people have got guard that helps, but a lot of teams don't have enough guard to stop these coming in. This team's a nightmare. Out of all the teams, this is the team I would not want to play. I'd rather play Cass's case than this team. This team, to me, last team I'd want to play.
And he came from absolutely nowhere as well. I mean,
Did he?
there's been obviously the debate about, you need to play all your games at the start of the season to get a good record, otherwise you end up playing down TV, etc., etc. This team started, a good sort of 3 weeks into the season, was playing sort of 2 or 3 games a day, and rocketed to the top of the ladder in no time, really. So, goes to show if it doesn't matter when you start playing, you know.
Yeah, I think if you play it later, it is harder, definitely harder. But like I say, if you're good enough, you can do it. So I just wouldn't want it. I mean, if it's me personally, if I'm looking at teams, this has got one of the top 3 teams I don't want to play. I would not want to play this team.
I
don't think anyone would.
Which means I will definitely draw him. That's the way it goes.
Yeah.
So the Necros, this is Space Magic. So again, another good coach. Had a couple of good records with teams last season, but unfortunately ended up getting conceded out with disconnects, I believe. Managed to avoid that this season and qualified with another team. He had the choice of these and Brett's, so chose his Necros.
Yeah, I mean, I've all the games I've watched, this is one of the coaches I enjoy watching. Space Magic, I think, is a very good coach, and I really think he'll go well. And it's all about his werewolves, very nice werewolves. He's got the Enforcer he's got the Mighty Blow Enforcer, and they've both got Blodge as well. One's got Sidestep, Movement 9, potential 1-turner. His 2 Flesh Golems are solid, guard, block, stand firm. If
Whites
there's any,
look a
if
little
there's
bit
any weakness,
underpowered to me.
if there's any weakness, it's the Whites.
Like
he's got
some
strength
Mighty
4
Blow
gold.
guard in there.
Yeah, it's all about the werewolves. If the werewolves fire, this guy can go far. He's got 150k as well, so he can get himself a wizard if he wishes. He's only TV 1670, so against a lot of teams he'll get inducements. Maybe enough for Willem Cheney, so he's got 3 werewolves. Yeah, I think this guy will go close.
I'd like to draw him though, to be honest. Fairly even match
Would
TV
ya?
with my Orcs. Yeah, I think my Orcs could take this guy. Looking at this team, I know he can play. I think it'd be an interesting
Well, there
matchup.
you go.
I mean, obviously the Claw, not ideal with my armor 9s, but
Depends if you can frenzy trap him, isn't it? That's the thing. You
He's-
can get a frenzy
he's-
trap sword.
higher up my list of teams I would prefer than he is some of those other teams we've gone through, for sure.
Yeah, Cass is saying he'd love to draw this team. I think when I was looking at bad matchups or potential guys who can beat certain teams, I thought this team could potentially cause Cass a problem. Obviously, he disagrees. Just because obviously he's got the 2 werewolves, he'll have about 500 inducements, so he'll be able to get Cheney, could even get a Halfling Chef if he wants, and he's got 150k in the bank for a wizard. So, but I just like this guy. He's become one of my favourite coaches on the Xbox. So I think he'll go close.
Yeah. Again, this guy is another new guy that I've not heard of, Lord Jargonius. So I don't know where he's come from, but he's managed to sneak into the top dwarf spot while I was away for a week or so. Dwarfs was kind of being competed for by Surbel, and Mutt was going for his 3rd top race with his dwarves.
Yeah, I think he actually smashed that dwarf team as well on the way. I think he was the last game 3-0. So obviously the guy can play. 6 guard and count the mighty blow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's the most in
Indeed.
the competition. That's
So
even
I
more
think-
than Cass.
I think we know
two
what his game
Troll
plan
Slayers.
is.
Yeah, 2 Troll Slayers, Mighty Blow, piling on, Tackle, Frenzy, Dauntless, Movement 7, Runner. It's
It's
a
a
no
pretty decent
frills.
dwarf team, to be honest.
It's enough. As if you said he started quite late, that's even more impressive. Three TV roles, a cheerleader, a coach assistant, apothecary, only 60k in the bank. But I'll tell you what was interesting in his in the club thing, the stadium upgrade. He was quite shrewd. He went for the star player because a lot of dwarf teams go for Brab. If they have a death roller. This guy's gone means he can get that star.
Oh, your mic's cutting out on me there a little bit.
Even if it's just for a cheap fouling piece for 10 grand. Star
Yeah.
play for 10 grand. Pretty good value. But yeah, it's a very good team.
It's a
It's
team
probably-
I'd very
it's
much
probably one of-
like to see draw against Tom or Kaz, to be honest. Again, that situation,
What's
maybe
the-
they can do some damage to each other.
Well, against Cass's team, the claws are a major problem. But again, Beastmen are only armor 8. So who knows? I think Cass won't be too bothered about facing these unless the guy's good enough to target his Beastmen and not his Chaos Warriors.
Yeah.
Although he will get
12, 4 and
inducements
4
maybe
is
for
a
a death
decent
roller.
record.
Yeah,
Not too many
it's-
games. It's difficult not to take a few
it's
losses
alright.
as dwarfs, particularly early on.
Oh
Particularly
yeah,
if, you're
especially if
playing,
you're going against.
if you're playing down TV
Yeah.
as well.
7 kills as well. That's pretty good. 7 kills for a short space of time. So the game plan. I think even Cass would agree with this sort of build. This is more like a Cass build. I think just kill everything on the pitch. I don't think it's missing probably just a couple of data players.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Last-
it could go well. It could go well.
Yeah. Last but not least, then, the Terminator and his Bretts.
Oh no, casters like Brett's.
I mean, what were these? 1270 was it? 1270 Bretts. They're gonna obviously
No.
get Griff, I would assume, against
Yeah,
pretty much everyone.
my
Griff and a wizard.
yeah, it's a very tribute act. I am not going to say this team can't make the final.
Obviously.
Yeah, my advice to Terminator is get Brett, get Griff, get Griff, get Griff, and keep him at the back. Don't let anyone touch him. Give him the ball, and if you're lucky, it'll take you all the way to the final. That's your main hope. Get Griff. Whatever you do, get Griff. And that's the only advice I'm going to give you. That's all you need. Just get Griff.
Just, yeah. I mean, what more can you say? He's got
Well, is
underdeveloped, shall we say, compared to most teams in
he
the
is,
playoffs.
but we see on the PS4 a 5-game Bretonian team going to the final. So if I can do it, this guy can do it. Just needs
Tom's
Griff.
a good coach. We know Tom's pretty good. He normally plays his rats. Qualified obviously with rats last season.
Yeah, it'd be
got pipped to the post this season, but
it'd be interesting if he drew Cass. That'd be quite funny. I think even Cass would see the funny side of that, and I think Cass will be baying for blood if that happens. But yeah, get Griff. That's all I'm gonna say. Griff's the man.
alrighty. So that's the teams. Shall we?
Yep.
Do you want to give me a prediction
Oh.
before we run the draw? If you had to call
Predictions.
two finalists now and a winner.
Oh. Well, obviously everyone's going to go for Cass, so I won't put a kiss of death on him. I'm going to go Wood Elves and Rats.
How are you? I would say
I
Woody's
could say
Chorfs,
Bretonians.
if I'm honest.
Yeah,
I
Chorfs is
bet
another one.
against Tamidius last season, and I've learned my mistake. I'm not going to do it again. He always finds a way, no matter what. So I'm going to go
Good
Chorfs,
coaches do. Good
Woodies,
coaches do.
if they don't end up in the same half of the draw.
That's it. It's all the luck of the draw, buddy. All the luck of the draw.
So let's do this.
they're all-
I'm hitting the button.
This is the worst bit, isn't it? This is the worst bit.
I'm doing it.
I get
Bang.
blamed for the bad draws. Right
Let's have a
then.
look then.
Good. You tell me. I ain't going to look. You tell me.
Woodies.
Who have they got?
Woodies versus Necros.
Oh, that's a
Humans,
good
humans, rats. Chaos, Nurgle.
Oh, Cass will be happy with that.
Oh, I've got orcs. I've got dwarves again with my orcs. Brilliant.
That's not good for you.
Dwarfs,
Sucks to be you.
2 seasons in a row I've drawn Dwarfs first round. Undead Chaos Dwarf. Lizard Men versus... that's Brett's, isn't it? Nighttime is Scary.
Yep.
Norse High Elves. And Dark Elves against the Khemri.
Crikey, that is... oh god, if now we know the poll, I would go Wood Elves versus... is it Shazama Town in the final?
Yeah, that's
I'd
Chaos.
Tom
Tom and his Chaos.
I think I'd
That's
switch
what
now
I
seeing
said,
the
Woody's
draw.
Chaos Dwarfs, yeah.
It's a rumor.
I think you're
'cause,
probably right.
Magazine
Because I went for 2 in the... I went for the 2 in the thingy denying the top half of the draw, so that's impossible now. So yeah,
If I scrape past the Dwarfs, I'd probably run into Kaz as well, so...
oh that's nice.
Yes,
Dwarfs then, Cass.
Things are looking rosy for me.
Yeah, it's got them all having a go at each other on the board, just trying to look at the street.
It's a love-hate relationship between Kaz and Tom,
Is it? All right, fair enough.
very much so.
But yeah, I think you might get a Christmas card from Cass. I think he'll be very happy. And like I said, you see, that's going to come back and bite him in the bum, isn't it? That Nurgle is going against a kill team without his main killer.
Yeah,
Yeah, just better pray regen works and foul a lot.
definitely.
But yeah, it's good. It'll be interesting to see how it goes. And best luck to everybody in the draw, and may the best team win.
Indeed. Bernie, thanks for joining me, mate. Much appreciated.
Not a problem.
I look forward to running into you at some point for a game once
Oh, absolutely.
once the home life has settled down a little bit and I've actually got an hour and a half to spare.
Yes, I will be playing on the Xbox under Bernie on Xbox Tag. But I'll be playing on the Legendary when it comes out. But apart from that, I'll be probably playing just in the Fun Open or something like that, just to get used to the controls.
Indeed. They're very similar. And everyone in chat, thanks for joining. Much appreciated. And those of you that are in the playoffs, good luck everyone, except for obviously the Dwarf Coach. I wish you all the ones.
Yes.
Cheers guys. Have a good night.
No worries.